Talofa lava and manuia le vaiaso o le ngangana Samoa.
Excellent, Malu Fafetai Lava. Well, from the mountains are the blessings for the village. What a theme.
Yeah, beautiful theme.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about it?
Oh, I think the theme is, I think it's reflective of the symbolism of Samoa. And,
Yeah.
one thing I will say is I was talking to a group of Samoan teachers the other day, and they were
Right.
saying to me they wish they got the theme a little bit earlier so that they could work it more effectively into their classroom programs. So I think that's probably a little bit of advice for the
Yeah.
Ministry of Pacific Peoples.
Yeah, okay. So Samoan language week this week, and I'm sure there are also ethnic languages throughout the whole year. Do you really support that the ethnic language should be very in a stage where we support in this country of New Zealand?
Yeah, absolutely, Tave. We know from the research that our kids do better when they are fluent in their language and when they are culturally grounded. And so it's important that we continue to invest in and support our Samoan language.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Okay. You were at the launching of the Dawn Rates book. Tell us about it, please, Carmel.
Yeah, so I was down in Invercargill, where the author Pauline Vailuanga Smith launched this book.
Right.
She had already done a Dawn Raid book. I think maybe it was launched about 6 or 7 years ago, and this is a new book publication for her. And it is from the perspective of a 14-year-old talking about what they went through, what they saw with a grandparent who was a Polynesian panther. And so I think this is really important because it makes our history accessible to our kids. I've already seen with the first book that she did that even my own son was studying it at intermediate. And the Labour Party has always supported our histories being told in our schools. So this is another book that can be taught in our schools where our kids can study our history and understand the apology that was made.
Okay, excellent. Is it available in any bookshop around New Zealand? Or
Yep, it is for sale now.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone wants to buy a copy, just Google search your nearest place where you'll be able to buy it. I know that the Polynesian Panthers who were represented there at the launch by Reverend Alec Toliafor was saying that they will be buying a couple of hundred to make sure that they get the story out.
Okay. What's in the book? I mean, did you have a time to read? What's in the book so that any of our whanaua should read?
Yeah, so it's written in the style of a diary from a 14-year-old. It actually starts with COVID and being in lockdown and having a grandparent who starts to share stories about the Dawn Raids. And then it moves into that grandparent who was a Polynesian Panther going to the actual apology. And it outlines what happened with the apology, what this 14-year-old saw, and their perspective on the apology and what they saw on the day.
Okay, thank you, Carmel. Okay, let's move on to the next question that I wanted to ask you. Labour has said it won't release its full campaign policies until the budget day. Now, the budget has been released last week. Why wait, and what do you say to voters who feel they deserve clarity earlier?
They're going to get policies starting this month, basically. So you can expect to see more policies start to roll out. Keeping in mind that we only just got the budget a week ago. We needed to debate the legislation that came with that in the House. And then, analyse the books. But you will see policies start to be announced this month. Also, keep in mind, Taeao, we have announced some policy. We announced our simple capital gains tax. And we said very clearly that that money would go to the health system, including 3 free GP visits for all New Zealanders. We announced the Future Fund, which is about us intending to invest in New Zealand businesses, which will help those businesses thrive and then also help with the employment issues that we're facing as a country. So there have been policies that are announced, but you can expect more coming this month.
Okay, Carmel, is this timing a strategic decision to avoid giving the government time to attack your policies, or is it simply about aligning with physical information in the budget?
Yeah, it is the fiscal information. Our finance spokesperson, Barbara Edmonds, has made it really clear that we need to see the books and understand how much money there is before we start announcing policy. she wants to ensure that we are credible with anything that we announce and that people know and can see for themselves that the money is there to pay for it and that we have a plan to pay for any of the policies that we announce. So that is the intention.
Okay. Pacific voters often say they want clear early information to help them decide. How is Labour ensuring Pacific communities aren't left waiting too long to understand what you stand for this election, Carmel?
Yeah, it won't be long, Tawai.
Yeah.
We're not far off being able to announce our policies. Even though, we haven't had the full suite of policies announced that we will be taking into the election, that doesn't mean that we stop engaging with our community. We've been out and about engaging with our Pacific community. And we've spent the last 2.5 years listening to our community with respect to what the challenges that they are facing and what they want to see. I tell you what, Tawai, the number one challenge for our Pacific community is definitely the cost of living.
Okay. Now, looking back at Labour's time in government, what lessons has the party learned about communicating policy early and clearly?
I think it's fair to say that one of the lessons learned is that when we announce policy, we need to be able to define what the problem is we're trying to solve first.
Yes.
We need to make sure that we're taking people with us on that journey.
Yeah.
And it needs to be policy that responds to what the issues that people are facing.
Yeah.
And so that is why we have said over and over again that this time going into the election, we're very focused. It is jobs, health, homes, and cost of living, because we know those are the most important issues for our people.
Okay, I was reading last night, Carmel, that the rates in Auckland is going up 1st of July. You are the spokesperson for Auckland. What are you going to do about this?
Well, the rates are set by the council. We have very good representation on the council by people like Alf Filipaina, Lotu Fuli, and Josephine Bartley. These are decisions that they had to weigh up with regards to what they need to be able to run our city. I think Wayne Brown and all of the councillors have done their best so far to try and make cost savings, and they are going to continue to try and make cost savings. But also they need to be able to run the city. Now, that's hard in terms of the rates increase is going to be hard for some families who are already struggling with the cost of living. But this is where the government also have to have policies that address that cost of living so that we can take some of the pressure off.
Okay, before I let you go, last question. You did mention cost of living. Yes, it really hit our families, our Samoan and Pacific Island families, low-income family. What are you trying to tell to the government? What was supposed to be done?
Pardon? Sorry, Tawai.
The cost of living, you did mention. It really hit our families, low-income families, Samoan and Pacific Island people. What are you trying to tell the government to do?
Well, I mean, this is where, when we announce our policies, that'll be the number one focus. And we haven't seen that with this government. They certainly haven't been focused on those families that are struggling the most. Instead, what we've seen is them give tax breaks to those that need it the least. Landlords, the tobacco industry. And so, I think you will see a real difference between what we announce and what they have announced.
Okay, Carmel, whawhetai tele lava, mo le taimile nei Taeao, ia manuia le vaiaso longana Samoa, manuia fo le aso.
Whawhetai lava, Tawai.
Whawhetai lava Carmel, ia manuia lava nei aso o le suite tai o le Labour Party, ono po Carmel Sepuloni, ma le tana nohara nei fo i Taeao.